Hank Pearl here with UVTV and thedailyrock.com. Today I'm sitting with Orphaned Land, straight out of Tel Aviv, Israel. Their new album is out right now called The Never-Ending Way of or Warrior. For those of you who know them, chances are you're a huge fan. For those of you who aren't in the know about Orphaned Land, what you need to know is that they're on a musical mission to unite the three Abrahamic religions, that being Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Or, in other words, they are here to show that heavy metal can do what the politicians have failed to do. So here we are with the lead singer, Kobi. How you doing, Kobi?
Very good. Freezing to death, but all well.
Chicago is not warm this time of year, so...
Yeah, well, I came from Canada, but hard to get used to this cold when you come from such a warm place as Israel in the Middle East.
And how's the tour been treating you guys so far? What have you seen? What have you liked?
So far it's amazing, really. It's our first experience, especially with North America. We played 2 shows in Canada and they were completely amazing. The crowd was amazing, the turnout was amazing, and all the reaction of the people was simply unbelievable. We played also New York City. We played the BB Kings.
How was that?
Wow. I mean, I've never seen New York before in my life. I mean, we played with Orphaned Land in 25 countries, but I've never seen New York. I've only seen Atlanta before that, in terms of the USA, and it was just amazing. I mean, you know, the Times Square, I was like overwhelmed, like a kid, seeing our name written on the BB Kings. Just, you know, when you form your band, you dream about moments like that, so it was really amazing.
Did you guys get time to explore New York at all while you were there, in Times Square and whatnot?
Yeah, well, we took our outfits, you know, the photo outfits, and we get out to the Times Square dressed up like that, with flyers of the show, just giving it to people. And it was amazing. Some people really didn't give a fuck. It was like the wind was passing through them, but some of the people were like shocked or amazed or asking questions. And it was a great thing to do. It was a great adventure, it was fun. And New York was amazing as well. I mean, it was a Monday show and more than 500 people came, which was so surprising for us to see such a reaction, you know. And I mean, Orthodox Jews people came and Arab people came, and just metalheads, music fans. Really amazing, really. Such a great adventure so far.
With your guys' overall, could I call it a mission as far as trying to unite the three religions and whatnot? How has that been going so far? With every album, are you seeing more and more of a collective success and a unity? What have you been seeing change from the time you set out versus now with your new album and touring?
Well, we improve ourselves as well every time, so we are now reflecting our concept also in a visual aspect, like the controversial photos that we did. Everything is better. I mean, I sing better, we play better, video clips are better, the photos are better, and also I think that the reaction is better. The message is way more focused and to the point, you know, and if it's our biography, interviews that we're making. Because there are many interesting stories around the music of Orphaned Land. I mean, you can find a lot in the music, but there is so much more than that. So just digging a bit about our story and knowing that we are an Israeli band, and despite that we have dozens of Arab fans, this is just enough to make your curiosity to know what is it all about. Everybody's familiar with American bands, with European bands, and all of a sudden you have these Israeli bands and having dozens of Arab followers. So it's interesting for the people who get to hear about it. It's interesting for magazines to interview us, because the questions are different, the music is different, and in a world that recycles itself the whole time, it's very interesting.
Recently, so obviously you've been received overall pretty well, would you say? Have you seen any backlash recently in any shape or form?
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes our photos were misunderstood. People were not getting into the bottom of it, so people were just asking, is it some kind of a parody, or is it a Christian band, is it a white metal band, but so we need to explain. I mean, coming from a different place to another place, you need to explain what you're all about, because people tend to label and to judge very fast. So yeah, sometimes the reactions were like really didn't get to the bottom of things. So yeah, it's a matter of interviews explaining who you are, what you're all about, and stuff like that. It's a work for all.
There you go. You guys, this summer, you're going on tour like all around the world and whatnot, and doing a lot of the metal festivals. What do you expect to see and go out with this summer?
Well, we played already in 26 countries, and some of the places we are coming back, and we're looking forward to meet our fans and to see the reactions for our new music and new songs. It's always great to release albums, you know, and to meet your fans, and I'm really looking forward to that. This is the moment that the bands wants more than everything, you know, to meet fans and to play for them.
And so with every one of your albums, there's always like this duality of themes going on. How the light and dark you're going after this time with Or Warrior. Explain that a little bit more.
Starts basically with the fact that in spiritual manners, and especially coming from the Middle East, I can tell you that human beings are living in some kind of very big chaotic darkness, inner darkness mainly. Self-destruction, we always destruct ourselves with drugs, with weapon industry, drugs industry, I don't know, you name it. And of course we kill each other, day by day. And I'm coming from a place that war is a part of our life. Terrorism, hate between religions, fighting over lands. And I know that this is an outcome of a very big inner darkness that is within us. This is like a magic circle that we are trapped in. So coming from that point, we understood that even though that we are a metal band, and metal is pretty much a darkened genre, we need to be some kind of messengers of light in this world. So here it is right there. I mean, coming to a darkened world, speaking about the light. This is mainly the story, and trying to enlighten this inner light of each and every one of us. Having an album about the warrior of light, it's an essence, I think, because if our inner light is turning on, then you're able to understand that all people are pretty much the same. And it's just, I mean, if you take pasta with different flavors, at the end of the day, it's just pasta. And this is the way we are, and this is what we need to understand. Because if you go to the common people in the Middle East, no one wants to raise his children to send them to a war or to send them to be soldiers. But at the end of the day, this is what's happening. So I really don't trust politicians, and I think that music is one of the most strong unifying tools that exist. And this is a proof, because Orphaned Land succeeded with music to unite cultures, and this is what we want to continue in doing.
And at what point do you look around and say mission accomplished? What's the scenario that needs to present itself?
When I will have a kid and he will be taken from school to visit Palestinian territories, and he will become friends with Palestinian kids and learn about their cultures, and then these Palestinian kids will be visitors in our home, and they will learn about Judaism and our culture. If that will happen, if the sheep will live with the wolf, and if these things would have happened, then I will have to change the name of my band and to sing about my girlfriend or something.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, man. My pleasure.